Okay. I think we are ready to go live. If you're on the stream, say hi. This increases a bit. Good. Okay. All right. Okay, I've got some interesting news to show this week, to share this week. This week is packed with some interesting stuff. And welcome to the stream. If you just come in, you know what we do here. This is the AI news, a compilation of all the stuff that happened in the past week that I caught my eye, and I think I got stuff to I like to announce. So we're just gonna start with that. Just give me a second. Okay, okay. I think we can start now. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, just so you know, you can drop I in the chat. Please, you know what to do. Drop some things in the chat. Communicate with me. Let me know if you guys are watching. Let me know if you guys are getting something from this. It only makes sense if we do this as a community, right? So, we tweet, we share with people, and communicate with me in the chat. Let me know you guys are here. So if you're watching this is the AI news. We're going to talk about OpenAI Codex, some very interesting stuff I saw with Stability AI, and even Tesla. If you caught the Tesla bot, Elon Musk posted something recently, and I think that was interesting. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get into it. All right. Okay. This is not the way I want to start. I think we can start with this. Gonna blow that up, and hopefully this is clearer. Is this clearer? Yeah, this is better. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Uh, OpenAI just introduced a coding agent, and this one is even crazier than what they announced before. So, this was 16. This was like 2 days ago. Introducing Codex, a cloud-based software engineering agent that can work on many tasks in parallel, powered by Codex One, available to ChatGPT Pro, Team, and Enterprise users today, and Plus users soon. So this guy's not yet, but this guy's ready. So Codex is a cloud-based software engineering agent, something that's similar to, I would say, what we have with Devin. So if you know Devin, Devin was something like this, a cloud-based software engineering agent. So Codex is ChatGPT, OpenAI's version of that, and they can now access Codex, where you can plug in your GitHub and stuff and have it do things with your code, analyze it, and understand. So I think that's pretty powerful. Comparing that, we've gotten like a dedicated software engineering model, right? This one is by Chad OpenAI as well. So you can try it. So what you can do is you can plug in the context from your code. In my current project, find a bug in the last 5 commits and fix it. If you remember from the previous stream, I said that it has access to, you can give it context of your GitHub repo, and it can now do things in the cloud and maybe submit a PR. So you can see PRs here because you're connected your GitHub, and it's accessing the main branch, as you can see here. You can tell it to find a bug and fix it in the code. That sounds cool. A couple highlights from the article is they're launching a research preview. So it's a research preview stage of Codex, a cloud-based software engineering agent that can work on many tasks in parallel. So do this, do this, do this. At the same time, it can work on all these tasks at the same time. So Codex can perform tasks for you, such as writing features, answering questions about your code base, fixing bugs, and proposing pull requests for review. And each task runs its own cloud sandbox environment preloaded with your repository. I think that is awesome, and I got some good feedback from people on the internet looking at this, so I know that people are really looking forward to having this work really great. So cool thing now is that Codex is powered by Codex 1, and this is a version of OpenAI O3 model that has been optimized for software engineering. No, I say that is a specialized model for software engineering, and a couple of things about the way they trained it. It was trained using reinforcement on real-world coding tasks in a variety of environments to generate code that closely mirrors human style and PR preferences. So maybe a PR style where you know all those fancy things that we kind of have standard for humans. Maybe they taught it all that, and that's what they're saying. Yeah. So they're rolling out support for people, but Plus and Edu coming soon. But if you use Pro, Enterprise, and Teams, you can access Codex today. So a little bit about how it works. So you can access Codex through the sidebar in ChatGPT. I can't have access to it because I don't use a Pro. I have a Plus subscription. I don't have a Pro subscription. It costs about $200 to have a Pro subscription. So I think I just stick to my Costa. Costa is $20, which I have not really done in recent times. So I'll stick to that. So it's nice to see Codex, and the fancy thing is Codex can also, once it completes a task, once Codex completes the tasks, it commits its change to its environment. So you can have it do the thing, and then it can submit the thing for review and for the integration, like production ready. We just merge it in human review. Okay, so I think we have a pretty good cover of that. Let me see something interesting again that's happening here. I thought this was a video. Wasn't this just playing just now? Interesting. Oh yeah, I can pause it and play it. Play. Okay. So I have to maybe screen that out a bit so we can. So we can see what's happening. Let's play that again. So it can even run, say it's running a terminal. I'm guessing it's working with containers in the back end, so that's what it's called. Right? And it's running the code environment, it's doing all this stuff, resolving the issue, running the code itself. Interesting. And another thing I think I saw on the internet, I think we should also check out is Codex can be guided by agents.md. We already have cursor rules, we already have tray rules, we already have a couple of all this stuff. So now Codex is using agents.md file, plays within your repository, and these text files are similar to what you have with readme.md. So with this, you can inform Codex how to navigate your code base, which commands to run for testing, how best to adhere to your project standard. So more like giving it instruction for the entire code base. So I think that is that's not bad. But I think we have so many standards, and I think this is something I also liked in the next trade of. Now we have agents.md, we have LLMs.txt, we have a bunch of other standards that everybody is kind of just cooking up the ass, and it's true because it's a new space. So everybody's trying to make sense of what's available, right? right now. So a couple benchmarks that we can see is on the software engineering benchmark, Codex 1, which is a model, a fine-tuned version of O3 for software engineering. You can see that we have a higher accuracy for the same number of attempts. So when they tried it the first time, one shot, it does pretty well compared to O3, right? O3, one shot, like the first attempt, but when you get towards like the 8th attempt, O3 kinds of picks up because, you know, it has more context, it has to understand more stuff. So that's it. And then when you look at internal software engineering tasks, you have it also doing well. So this is the metrics for Codex. Whenever you see this kind of like things, always look at this accuracy. So when you see accuracy here and you see like these models, it just kind of like verifies that, okay, how is this performing in context to other models that I prefer. So O3 model is the highest one here, right? O3i, and Codex 1 is doing like 5% better than O3i. So you can see that we have like a better accuracy for internal software engineering tasks, right? So that's pretty cool. And more examples here as the images that you can see of it doing its wonderful stuff. I don't have, it's sad, I don't have ChatGPT Pro. It costs $200 to use it. Let's check it out though. Let's check it out. I can. Oh yeah, some people are already using Codex. You can see we have like Cisco is using Codex. Tempora is testing it out. Superhuman, they tested it out. Kodiak, a bunch of people are using it. And there's also a CLI. Remember the Codex CLI I mentioned in the previous stream? That is also available, and it's also like tied to this. So let's see a quick one. I have like a very short video here that I can show you. Then we can watch that, see it live. Hopefully we don't get ads.
Africa's
oh my god.
Tech business event
Ads.
is back. The largest gathering.
The best products that we've released have come out of internally using them. My name is Nacho. I'm an iOS and macOS engineer at OpenAI. One way that I've been thinking about the interaction of human-computer, there's two bottlenecks. Sometimes my brain is a bottleneck. Other times my hands are a bottleneck. Sometimes I'm working a hard problem and I'm just struggling to think about it, right? My brain is a bottleneck and I need to spend more time whiteboarding or thinking about the solution. But other times my hands are a bottleneck. Like I know I have the code in my head.
Go to the part where you talk about Codex, bro.
Codex on the ChatGPT iOS app. And I wanted Codex to set up the scaffolding.
So we're now in the Codex part. So let's see.
Do you want me to do a demo or?
Yeah, do a demo. Let's see.
For example, I asked it to create a separate Swift package. Codex set up the basics of the project. So by the time I got to my desk, I had that started for me and I could get started on the actual features. One thing I want to be able to see is archived Codex tasks. So I'm going to type that right now. And I can just tap send. And it's going to get the process started for me. I can actually follow along the progress with a live activity.
Honestly, I think this is vibe coding in the cloud. So you can start technical stuff on your phone, on your mobile, and then you pick it up when you get to your machine, like your desktop. I think that's one of the powerful things I see with this.
Developer, I can only work on one thing at a time, but if I know I need to do 5 things, I can get them started. And so by the time I'm done with this one task, I already have the starting point for the next one. It is another engineer in your team. I'm excited for developers to realize that we can do more and faster.
Well, I think this is pretty interesting. I've got a couple people using it. We can even find the XAI stream. So I'm just going to x.com/OpenAI. This should be it. I'm going to blow this up a bit so we can locate the Codex. And I think this is it. So we're launching a research preview. Codex independently navigates your code base, implements and tests code changes, and sends you PRs. and also a couple people using Codex. I was hoping to find something really outstanding here, like that is new, but I guess we are still down to the same thing. So pretty much the same thing. Just gonna head back. We can continue with the stream. All right, so that's Codex. Hopefully you guys go test it out or use it or whatever you want to do with it. But I'm pretty much pumped for where we're going with this. And this is the next news, and I think this one you might like it. It's also on X. I found a tweet. This is the real cursor for video editing. So you can edit 2 times faster with Final Cut, Premiere, DaVinci, whatever. Double speed.ai. This is not marketing, but according to this video, you can see what superhuman exists. So what it does is, oh my god, that's too much. So what it does is enters the prompt, create a hyperlapse around the word edit, and then put it, and then double loop operates it. It uses the cursor to like control the. See, it does all that stuff. Uses the cursor to like make all the edits. So it takes over the cursor and clicks around and does the stuff. So like you are using, like, your AI is planning. So essentially it's all about planning. It can see what's on the screen and it can plan and it can do this stuff. I think this is pretty cool. If you are an editor, you might want to check this out. Double speed AI. So I think it's right now it's not available for everybody to see. You might need to like do a whole marketing thing. But it's pretty cool to see AI helping in certain areas that feel more like a rudimentary. So imagine what you can do with just like saying, do this for me, and it can go ahead and do it. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's a superpower. For example, for someone like me, I think it's gonna really be helpful. Honestly, I already see it being helpful. Right? If I can edit videos or anything just by typing. Like, if I can edit something just by typing, I think I would consider subscribing or paying for it. And what would it take to build something like this? First, you need to be able to see the screen, and then you need to be able to provide that context to an AI, and then you need to be able to, that's one part, so visuals, and then the action part is being able to use the mouse and the keyboard to do things. And also like keep track of what you've done and know what next to do. That seems like a pretty that's what it sounds like, but it's probably more than that. All right, let's take a look at something else. I think this was fun. Another thing to consider is something I found also is you can now export a couple things from ChatGPT. So you can now export your deep research reports as well as well-formatted PDFs with tables, images, link captions, everything, sources. Just clicking, share, download as PDF, and it just works. And this is really helpful in if you're doing things with ChatGPT and you need to share that with other people and you want to have like a prepared document. I think this is really going to be helpful. Oh, nice. Oh, send money by. Okay, we are like deviating. I love the things. I'm just gonna save that for next time. For next time, we will not be distracted. So let's see this. Let's see the demo. So this is a deep research. I think this is deep research output. Somebody has deep research something, and then when you click play, you can download as PDF. And that's sort of like downloads it to your machine. And you see, oh my God, looks nice. Based on my experience with exporting things from ChatGPT, I think this looks really good. I think this looks really, really great. Oftentimes when you copy, it sort of copies the thing you wanted to copy, and then it adds all these other things that are not really into text. So you kind of need to clean it up, deleting. And if this download as PDF just works as it is, I think it's pretty nice. So you can export your deep research reports, a couple stuff, just by clicking the share icon and clicking down as PDF. So Everybody now has it rolled out to all Plus, Steam, Pro users with Enterprise, everybody. Oh, Enterprise and Edu users don't have the ability to download as PDF, but Plus has it. I don't know how to do this pricing, man. I don't know how to do this pricing because they should have it. They should have it. Okay. Another one is PDF downloads for deep research reports. Okay. Oh, so as of May 12th, they do not have it, and as of May 16th, boom, they got it. Because I'm surprised, like, what's going on? So it just took 4 days to be able to ship it out to Enterprise. Maybe there's a different code base or different whatever for that. God knows. Deloitte in shambles. I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. All right, let's move on. Like you said, moving on. Let's take something interesting. This one is about a design AI agent, and I'm pretty pumped for this because it's all about design. So I love design. If you know, I know I love design, right? All right, something cool. The first design agent ever released is pretty incredible. So human plus AI working on the same canvas. This guy wrote a prompt, and 5 minutes later, he had $5,000 worth of design posters waiting for him. And according to him, he might never hire a designer ever again. I doubt that, but what can I say? I like this ML school thing. Let me see what that looks like. So let's watch the video and see what it's doing. Of course, I'll blow this up so you guys can see. And then I play this. Where's the prompt? Okay, fashion character poster design out of a whole series of okay. And the stuff is generating. Oh my god! So it's just pumping out design, and it's giving like a playlist. Nice. So it's still in beta as well. I can see here. The app name is Love Art AI. It's still in beta. You can join it by going to loveart.ai. It can design multiple AI images with the same style or with the same style so it can consistently deliver on the output. You can generate a whole comic book if you want and make it look like the same artist created it. Mind blown. So let's see what is this. So you have this interface. You can give it a prompt. So it's giving a prompt of design 4 characters for a graphic novel. A dad, mom, daughter, and a 10-year-old son. They're all ready to go to the beach. So styling as in the dressing and the situation. And then it can think through it, create a plan, and then use the models and everything and kind of cook up the... I just muted this. See? Looks like they all seem... I wouldn't say that this guy looks like this guy. This has a sort of realism to it compared to this. So I don't know. You can iterate on any of the designs by asking it to make changes. What's great. All right, so I think this guy does a lot of AI posts. I'm just gonna follow him. Or do I follow him already? Oh, I'm following him. Oh, Seth Pino. I'm following you. Let's check out Love Art. The design agent. All right, let me go to loveart.ai. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they got. All right. So this is it. We love it. Okay, I love this interaction. Oh my god. All right, so we can... So you can consistently generate stuff. That's like the one canvas. You see? Then it processes it. Tab tune, so you can tune stuff. Very nice, very nice. I like the design though. Like it tells me that people working on it. Oh my god, I should not do that. I'm gonna dox myself. Yeah. Anyways, if you want to try it out, that you I will love art. I would love to try it out later. So I'm just gonna do what I always do. Bookmark that, and we can move on. Yeah. Oh, Switch is live. Let me check this out. Exorbitant Tweemix for 307 views. One day I'm gonna have 207 views. 322 views. It's crazy. I got 19 views, bro. Anyways, let's move on. I think you're gonna like this one as well. It's also Twitter. So you know how we got like I've been talking about bots are getting really good, are getting really crazy, and they're doing crazy stuff. Tesla, Optimus is one of the leading robotics company. You know, the human robots. They're building crazy stuff over there. So Elon Musk posted something recently about like the bot dancing and all the stuff. Yeah, about bot dancing. You can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. But it's still tethered. So the crazy thing is this was in May 13th, as you can see here. You can see it being tethered to stuff, and yet it's dancing, and you know that was a failsafe. The older thing is a failsafe, but this is that was May 13th. Remember, that was May 13th. Now this was 14th, just a day after. We now have Tesla Optimus was just getting warmed up, and you can see it dancing, dancing to like a ballerina, you know. Woo! Hopefully, you guys can hear the music. And this was not sped up. They claim it's 1x speed, so it's not as if it's slow and all. That was important. Now, what this shows is a lot of mechanics around like the way the models and all the systems are kind of balancing out. Dancing requires a lot of motor skill, precision. Like, no matter how bad you are as a dancer, your brain is balancing. You know, everything's kind of like working in parallel, like balancing, keeping you steady, keeping you up, and also like making moves. So having that replicated in a bot is quite a number of work, and you can see that it seems that we are, if it can dance like this, I imagine how great it can walk and how good the model functions are. So this is definitely impressive. Definitely impressive. Let's move on. Let's stop watching the skin dance because I'm gonna stay there all day. And I don't want to stay there all day. I want to kind of like move on so we can check out something I think is also cool that you guys will like. And this is in LinkedIn. All right. So yes, ChatGPT will be letting you to add custom MCP. No, what? Just gonna blow this up. Oh, okay. So you can see my stuff, but let's go on. So ChatGPT will be letting you add custom MCP connectors. And what does that even mean? So it means that you'll be able to connect ChatGPT to any application with MCP. And this will basically be every app because developers have seen great incentivization of MCP becoming a standard. OpenAI, Google, everybody seems to be adopting this, and I think it's crazy. I built a couple MCP servers myself. I built for Paystack, I built for ChainGPT, and if you don't know these things, just Google them, you're gonna see them. So imagine what you'll be able to do with ChatGPT if you can especially with a model like O3. O3 has great reasoning capability, and you can use any tools within its chain of thought and connects to every single apps that you use. So you connect into things like I think it has the ability to connect to your Gmail already, but imagine it can do all that and more. So you're able to interact with multiple apps in multiple different ways. And this is interesting because ChatGPT is introducing this. And one will be by MCPs, another will be by using them like a human. So you can say ChatGPT to create to book a flight for you, and it can get your data from these, booking your flight and pay, and everything just works well. Sometimes I'm thinking about like how many people actually use all these flows in real life. Like, it's cool to do, but thinking about the real life use cases, it might take a while to actually get that to becoming like a normal thing. Because if I'm thinking of booking a flight now, I don't naturally think I'm gonna just go to ChatGPT and plug in that. I might do it the first time because I know it. I might do the second time because but the third time, except by serious conditioning, I don't think so. So MCPs like APIs, you can decide not to use it, but it's gonna get better, honestly. So MCP connectors in ChatGPT, so directly inside the ChatGPT website, the ChatGPT web app. Instead of doing things like Claude Desktop, where you have to download the Claude Desktop, you can do that directly in ChatGPT. I think this is even the one includes a picture. So it's only the new ChatGPT web app version includes an option to add custom connectors based on the model context protocol. So you have this ChatGPT.com settings connectors, and you can do a connector, and it's all cool stuff. And then this is the MCP. The connectors is based on MCP. You can have the custom one, so you have Google Sheet and every other stuff. Pretty nice. So let's move on, because that's all we do. We move on. So that's pretty nice. Let's take something else I think you'll find really interesting. All right, this one might not be something that everybody would want to hear, but if you're a developer, you might be excited to hear that Supabase now provides ShardCN-based UI libraries to add features like sign up, file uploads, real-time cursor sharing, and even more. So ShardCN libraries where you can just drop in a component and you have a UI component that's ready to ship. You can bug pull the cursor rules and plug that into your AI, and your AI can directly work with them. So in the demo, you can see them using the password based or the drop zone where you can attach images. There's also the demo of the real-time cursor. So the thing is available at if you are a let me just Google that. Supabase UI library, right? If you go to Supabase UI library, you would see the UI library that they provided. I'm just gonna zoom this up so you can see the social art, which is the continue with GitHub. Everything seems to be there. And then there's the drop zone, click, and all this is available through the ShardCN CLI thing. Just give it the UI library for this, and it's gonna like create the components and drop that in for you. There's the real-time cursor. You can see me right here is being replicated on the other side. If I click refresh here, it works. Oh, and there's even more. You can even switch between like Next.js, React, TanStack, and even React Router. Okay, awesome, nice. Can do current user avatar. Oh, because I'm signed into my Supabase, you can see this. Am I signed in? I think I'm signed in. Brief time avatar stack. Use my supabase.com. Okay. Oh, so real time. So as people are joining a particular thing, it can show you the real time chat. Yeah. All right, works. And even you can provide that the rules for AI code editors for Supabase. Oh, you can even pull in rules. Nice. You can pull in rules to use. This is nice. Oh, nice. So they provided a rules library as well. So instead of just pulling out components, you can pull in editor rules. it's nice to see people embrace, like, I've been making things easier for developers with AI. This is a nice one. Let me react to this emoji, even though it's not gonna do anything. All right, let's move on to something else that I think you might like. So this one is also on Twitter. So you can now edit entire files in Cursor. Quickly edit entire files in Cursor. So this demo, previous, context windows and all the stuff. It's nice to manage all that requirements, but Cursor now allows you to like select a particular section of the code and tell it to do something, and that can actually affect the entire code, right? You can see it's using the context for that particular level. So it focuses on that selected area and it can influence that, right? I think this is pretty neat. So my Cursor subscription has expired, but I might be renewing my subscription soon, so I would want to test this out. Yeah. Hopefully that's going to be helpful for you. And let me know if you guys use this feature of selecting and editing, and or you just depend on the agent. The stuff that resides here. Let me know if you depend on just this, or you actually do this selection and editing. I think the shortcut is Command K, I think. Right? I think so. Oh, and I think this one I also have is related to this. So let's see. Oh yeah, so another one that is quite similar but not exactly the same is we've trained a new tab model that can jump across files. So this means that I can just show you the demo. For some reason it's not. The internet seems to have been giving up on me. So let's watch that. So this seems like something that we already have though. So the idea is when you're editing something in a particular section of the code, now what they've done is something got into my eye. So you can jump across files, across sections of the code, and like, oh, maybe this particular changing this variable here is going to affect something else. It kind of knows that it needs to jump around and get over there. And you can just tap, and it kind of like jumps across the entire thing and fixes it for you. More tools for you guys to ship. I feel like I should be. I like this guy. I think he works at Elgin Face. I'm not really sure what his role is, but I always see him. I follow him though, so. All right, let's see more stuff. Another one we have is Google's Gemini chatbot can now analyze GitHub projects. So if we scroll up a bit, we can see that Gemini, Google's AI-powered chatbot, can now connect to GitHub. So if you're subscribed to the $20 per month Gemini Advanced plan, oh my God, that is so small. I should do that again so you guys can see. Google's Gemini chatbot can now more easily analyze GitHub projects. Ooh. So Gemini can now get context from GitHub, and you can use that for research. So if you're using the advanced plan, which is $20 per month, you can directly add a public or private code base on GitHub to Gemini and allow the chatbot to generate and explore the code, debug existing code, and even more. You can even connect your GitHub to Gemini using the plus button in the prompt bar and select import code or paste in the GitHub URL. Nice. Oh, this is a demo. Let's head over to Twitter. We can see that. Another one is this is the official announcement. It was in May 14th, just this week. Gemini Advanced now connects with GitHub, making it a more powerful coding agent. So connect to GitHub, public or private GitHub repos, and it can do all that stuff. So let's see what the video tells us. So you import code, you upload the folder as like pasting the thing, and then boom, it fetches all the files, I guess, or whatever it fetches, connects to it. And I say, how can the attached code be more efficient? Boom, it does that. Oh my God, this is nice. They are getting closer to Codex in some way, but Codex is a lot more than just researching code. It's what was that? What was that ending animation? Google is doing something. Just wait a wire. Sorry, for some reason I'm sneezing. Yeah. Who's this guy? Shut up. Shut up. Anyways, if you use, should we try this out? Let's try this out. So if I go to Gemini, hopefully I don't review some of my chat history. All right, so we're in Gemini. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Gemini. I can blow this up, I guess. And what should we ask? We're gonna plug in our GitHub so we can click upload files, right? No, don't do that. This is exactly what it did. Oh, I'm not on the advanced plan. Try advanced, and then boom, you're gonna hit me with the price and shit. No. Check eligibility. Okay. I'm not eligible. Sorry guys, I can't try it out for you. But if you're on the pro plan or Gemini, I don't think I know anybody person. I used to pay for Gemini for some reason. I think Google used some spiritual stuff on me. I was paying for Gemini. But I no longer do. I've been redeemed. I've been free. So in case you're paying for Gemini, definitely try it out. Please just tweet at me, co-op with stuff. Let me know how you guys think about it. And more importantly, is this something that you think that would have some influence on your flow? Because ChatGPT already does this. The question is, which of this would you actually use? A bunch of all these AI tools already does this. So which exact one would you use? Yeah, ChatGPT mentioned Google. I mean, I literally just give the way you can do research with plug in your stuff in ChatGPT. So Gemini also has that. Everybody's doing their own thing. So, well, it's nice to see, competition in this field because it makes it fun. Okay, this one is dicey. Guys. Another news we got is Claude 3.7 system prompts have been leaked. It's a huge reveal. If Claude 3 system prompt looks like this, then what kind of prompting goes behind tools like Cursor and Windsoft? Were you bamboozled into believing prompt engineering would become obsolete? Prompt engineering, guys. And I think I've seen like a couple job roles looking for prompt engineers. I should even be more vocal about that. Honestly, I should do more live prompt engineering. I'm probably gonna do a prompt engineering stream soon, and just like experiment with the whole idea in public. Just, I have a great handle of prompt engineering. I know I do. So this is what the thing looks like. Use only Tailwind core utility class for styling. Very important. All capital letter. This is very important. All capital letter. Just give me a second, guys. All right, we're back. I see some great. The Lucy React is available to be imported. And some instructions about this. The D3 library is available to be imported by. Oh my god. Did they just kind of like go through the entire NPM? What's this? If you have a link to the actual release of this, please share it. How to search. Keep searches concise. Want to see what? Okay. Often use. What is this? I think the fan is too much. I'm just going to reduce that a bit. Keep responses succinct. This is a long. Oh my god. How do you get so to extract this stuff? Somebody had to do a lot of prompts engineering and like prompting and like finding different ways to make it spit out this stuff. Damn, man. Well, that is it. And I'm glad to tell you that this kind of prompted something interesting that you might be particularly excited about. We have AI times, and I'll zoom this up and blow this out. Because of what you just saw, or something, Google proposes a new augmented fine-tuning that combines the strength of, I think this is inline context learning, ICL generalization with fine-tuning efficiency. Oh no, this is different. So let me read that again so you hear. Google proposes a new augmented fine-tuning combining the strengths of ICL generalization with fine-tuning efficiency. So this is translated from Korean, so you might not exactly get the exact meaning. So the contextual learning as ICL, this is ICL. So the I must mean something, maybe inline, I know, or something. Also known as few shot learning, performs better than fine-tuning in generalizing to new tasks. So few shot learning does best than when you fine-tune the model to do that thing, right? But there's a problem with higher inference computations, according to a study, and Google is proposing a new AI model training method that combines the advantages of both methods. So when Google is proposing something, you listen because the entire idea of GPT started from Google, right? So let's see. Fine-tuning is a method of retraining pre-trained LLMs into small data sets for specific purposes. So when you take a larger LLM and you feed it with specific data and you use it to train the bigger model to do those specific things well, you fine-tuned it. So that is what fine-tuning is. And when you fine-tune, the internal parameters of the models are adjusted. The weights of the parameters are adjusted. But ICL, on the other hand, does not change the parameters of the model, but provides a prompt with a problem to be solved and some response examples that solve the problem so that the model can watch and learn from it. So essentially they're saying instead of fine-tuning, few shots does better. Interesting. So you don't change the weights of the model. You just teach it how to use and respond to the new thing. So in particular, ICL is easier to use and accessible to users because it does not require any changes to the parameter of the model. Interesting. And there's even a paper called Many Shot in Context Learning. Oh, in context learning. That's what ICL means. In context learning. So this time they find that ICL had better generalization performance, but they've emphasized that the inference process incurs higher computational costs. Interesting. Nice. So let's see what that looks like. So this was a pre-trained model. Fine-tuning the model seems to be less accurate, but using ICL even does better than that. And then there's the augmented fine-tuning. What does augmented fine-tuning mean? I don't know. Interesting. So essence is just saying that fine-tuning is less performant than when you give it context in time. So when you give it context in time, it does better, That's what they're saying, not me, Let's go a little bit further and still on Google, we have something interesting. Oh my God, no. Still on Google. Wait, what did I just see there? All right, let's go over to GitHub. So for the next news, we have Light Lab, controlling light sources in images with diffusion models. So Google is working on a new paper, and this one is interesting. So the model is being trained, or Light Lab is where is going to come out, and the idea is you can control the light sources in images with diffusion models pretty well. So you can see that how they converted it to night. See all these images. You see the lightning is changing, and I don't know if this is something that the recent AI models can do. We can probably just test that out. So I'm just gonna go to Google, Google, or on Splash. It's safer. I'm just gonna get a picture of a random picture from here. Which one should we pick? None is giving me that. Okay, let's use this. I'm just gonna open this, copy image. Then I'm going to go to Sora. So Sora is the platform by ChatGPT for you to generate images, and you can also generate videos as well. So just gonna go to Sora. Just gonna go to Sora, and then inside Sora, I'm gonna say, you know what? Turn this image into a night scene. Tweaked light. Let's see what that gives us. Oh yeah, if you use Sora, it's a pretty nice image generation here, honestly. I mean, you can literally take a look at all this. It's nice. Sora's gonna take a while to do its thing. It's gonna give us this. I'm just gonna move on with something else while it does that. Oh, we're done with this. We can take this out. Yeah. So, oh, did I just close something I did not want to close? Oh yeah, this is a paper on many shots in context learning, the one I spoke about in the previous news, where ICL, few shots ICL, many shot ICL, all the stuff. In case you're interested, you can feed that into Notebook LM and have it like summarize it for you and all the stuff. So the idea is you can tweak the images. So we're back to Light Lab, controlling light scenes in images with diffusion models that Google is working on. Let's play this video and see what that's.
We present a diffusion-based method for controlling light sources in an image. With our method, the user can turn on or off visible light sources and have fine-grained control to adjust their intensity. Users can also change the color of individual light sources by using a traditional color picker interface or by selecting a light temperature.
Do you see this?
Our approach works across a wide range of input images, including photographs and drawings.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they are literally tweaking the color of the images with like a slider.
And the user can also control the environment or background ambient lighting. Our model's runtime is approximately 5 seconds.
Oh, so I guess the stuff identifies as like relevant sources of light in the room. So for example, this one and then this one, you can see it as the slider there.
The
you can see
shown in this video are all
and you can see the light literally, you can see the light affecting the environment. So you can see the shadow casted here. You can see the shadow casted here and a bunch of stuff. See that? You can see this. Watch this. See this shadow. See how the ambience works really well.
For demonstration purposes. At the core of our method, we fine-tune a text-to-image diffusion model conditioned on relighting signals such as the input image, the target light mask to be adjusted, including its light intensity and color. The model.
Oh yeah, depth map is very important here.
Also accepts global controls, including ambient lighting strength and tone mapping strategy as conditions. Spatial signals are concatenated to the input noise, while the scalar conditions are embedded and inserted in the model via the cross.
Well, this is a bunch of cool stuff. That's all I can tell you. And there's a demo for us to play with. Oh my god. There's a demo? Oh, nice. LightLab enables a rich set of lighting controls that can be used sequentially to create complex lighting effects. You can adjust the intensity and color of each light source by moving the sliders. Let's see what this looks like. So you can adjust this. Oh, nice. If not because I was told that this was an AI, I already be thinking of just swapping the images in the back, using code. But now that I know it's AI, makes it more impressive. So this is using AI to it's pretty nice to see how it's affecting. Honestly, what I can see is this being used in real estate apps or real estate, what's it called? Real estate apps, real estate listing apps that needs to that show good images of the rooms and everything. If you can catch my drift. So let's see. Because this is literally you tweaking the lights in the space. Like you can see what the place looks like at night, can control the ambient. Let's see if there's another example. So control the oh my god. See how you're controlling the see what that's pretty impressive here. See the reflection right here. Because if there's no light, there's no reflection, right? Take this off. Okay, I don't think you recognize any light here. What if you can actually just add a point yourself, like point? Okay. Let's see what the room looks like in all deck. So this is all the lights out. The light here is still on. Let's see. I just want to turn this one on. Can you see all the? This is pretty nice. Let's see. We want it to be like this. During the day with no lights on. Let's see. We now turn on this one. Then blast this one in full. Just adds that little orange tint here. Then we have all this lighter orange. Nice. There should be another example. Oh, just those two? Yeah, just those two. I see this being really helpful, bro. I see this really being helpful. So there's a lot of competition out there. See. Oh. What is this for? Oh, changing the color of the light, color control. You can change the light switch you can change the intensity of light sources. So I can do crazy intensity. Which is it? You can do a virtual point. So virtual point light. So I can on the light here, I can see the light should come from the bottom up. Can you see the shadow? I can click here. Oh my god, this is nice. Another example is light is turning on here, light is turning on here, light is turning on here. And then ambient light, you can enable control over light that enters through windows. Oh, so light that is coming from outside. So you can turn that off and you just give like an interior night scene. And then if I turn this on, it gives you what it looks like during the day. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay. Honestly, it's a lot of cool stuff. I don't know what to say, but this is nice, pretty nice. Let's move on. Let's happily move on. So that's Light Lab, guys. Light Lab, check it out. Click on any image to see results. Oh, this is all. Oh, I did not see this. You can move it on, lights on, and they use Light Lab to turn it off. I think what is we can check Sora now. Sora should be done. Before we move on, let's check Sora. Let's see what Sora has cooked for us. This is the original image, right? And then Sora made this for us. Oh, so it's even like it's giving into variation. So I don't know. This is saying that light is coming from somewhere here, and this is saying maybe I think it does this one well. Light coming down here. Well, I don't know where light is eating this one in front. So it's just trying to make sense of it. So I think Light Lab is pretty impressive, honestly, based on the fact that you're just controlling the light source directly. It doesn't introduce new lights or it just allows you to tweak the exact light in the scene. Pretty nice. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so for this one, we got something interesting, and this one is Stability AI. Stability AI launches an on-device music sample generation model for mobile phones. And this is the official tweet. Let's take it out. Nice. Of course, we got to zoom in. 1,000. Wow. Today, we are open sourcing Stable Audio Open Small, a 341 million parameter text to audio model optimized to run entirely on ARM CPUs. So, this means that 99% of smartphones can now generate music production samples in seconds, right on device with no internet required. Oh my God, with no internet required. Okay, I'll test this out. So built for fast on-the-go creation, it turns your next quick idea into up to 11 seconds of audio. You can generate drum loops, Foley, riffs, and textures right where you are. No chords, just chords. Why does this feel so? I don't want to say it, but it has the elements of an LLM. So let's see if this is something we can check out. Let's see more about this video. Let's listen. Probably it's an audio of what they generated. Okay, nice. Ooh, that was all generated on device. Trust me, it's gonna get better. And it's open source, right? It's open source. Oh, someone is even using it in the browser already. So Stable Audio Small. What's this? No, don't stomp me. Runs great on Google Colab. I used the diffusers approach, generated a bunch of samples and stitched them together using Canva. Oh. Looks very nice. Who's this guy? I think what I want to learn now is how to spin up my own AI models, like from Morgan Face. I kind of know how to do it, but I haven't spent good time to look into it. So I'm looking into that next. But you can see that we got more on-device inferencing, on-device models without internet. I see, if you can imagine where this is going, you kind of know where this is pretty cool. I think I was introducing this AI model recently that can work on your device. What exactly can I do with it? I can't remember. On-chain, on-device inferencing. I think it was for voice generation as well. Or text-to-speech or text-to-app or something. And I'm excited about things like that, you know. Super excited about things like that. Let's move on to something else. We have another X-Twin. Leyline, never heard of them. So this is a company called Comma AI. Comma AI. And they're working on you having driverless cars that do not need lane lines. You know, when you're having like self-driven cars they usually rely on the lane, that's the lines on the road, on the tarred road, that they can use to gauge or when they're drifting off, and when there's a turn and all the stuff. But this does not need that. It's an AI. You can see they have like this very tiny screen here. I think it's kind of like getting all the visual context. So I'm guessing it's using a camera, right? So you can see that it's using a camera. Why is my PC kind of like freezing all of a sudden? It's using a camera right here, and then you can see it driving itself. Let's watch. Let's see if we can have the audio as well. Or no audio. Right. So it's driving itself. But I'll say this is probably pretty neat area. How does it work with when there's a human on the road, obstructions and all the stuff? We don't know that, but we can say that it doesn't need lane lines. This is literally this is an untarred road. Everything is dust and sand. And you can see it doing pretty well. So Comma AI is doing good work here. Somebody's even asking, how can I replace my Tesla Autobot with this? Oh, they have that. Head over to this shop and do it. Nice. So you don't need lane lines anymore. Comma is working on something impressive. Nice. All right. That is it about Comma. Let's move on to something else. And this would be this one is sad a little bit, but it's a news, so we got to report it regardless. Microsoft to lay off 3% of its workforce, and this was May 13 also this week, I think. And this has happened, so I know it's sad. So Microsoft just laid off about 7,000 people, right? Let's see. Microsoft is about to trim its worldwide workforce by 3%. The company has about 208,000 employees all around the world, and 6,500 people will be affected by the cuts. And this is the largest staff reduction since it cut 10,000 people in 2023. Oh, it's not really large. It's just 6,500 people out of jobs. Oh my God. I feel so not good. It's a lot of sadness out there right now. It's not good. So they made money, 70 billion in revenue, up 13% since when they did that last layoff. And net income is up by 25.8 billion. So this new round of layoff is expected to hit all levels, locations, and teams. They had layoff back in January. And so these ones were performance-based. And but this one is not performance-based. Well, sad. Amazon and Meta also had people being laid off in January as well. Not good. I know what that feels like. So maybe it has something to do with AI, I think. We don't know. I think they said it has something to do with AI. But everybody's going to say yes, Oh, this one is a local news. I'm very interested. I'm very interested in this one. 10 people share how they use AI in their everyday lives. Let's see. So, ever use ChatGPT to fix your resume at night or outline your next client pitch? You are not alone. And these are 10 people who are sharing how they use AI in their everyday life. So we have Toby. Toby is a brand strategist and he uses AI for proposal and brainstorming. He said, I use ChatGPT 4 because it feels like it's ready to understand how I think. I don't need to provide too much context anymore. It becomes a creative partner. Nice. So once you train your prompts well, can you train your prompts well? Or once you write your prompt well, AI can become a reliable extension of your brain, especially for tasks that require structure and creativity. These two words should not be together. Creativity and structure are like. Are there creative tasks that are structured? Maybe some processes are structured, but like the entropy you need for creativity is, well, enough of that. So there's more talent manager building competency frameworks. It makes my job seamless You just plug it in what you want and you get a starting point instantly. Yes, starting point is where people are missing most of this thing. You get a starting point. Starting point. You can now make it better, make it add your own style. But there's also the question of once you get a starting point, is that not where most of the shaping is? You know, there's Jessa, job seeker, saving on resume writing, unemployed in Abuja. This is pretty ash. So Jessa uses AI to write and tailor our resumes. It gives me fast answers fast. No need to dig through countless websites or pay for help. Nice. There's Gigi, a digital marketer. I use Gemini. The research depth and resources it gives me are out of this world. Oh, nice. There's Nwanchuku, investment banker. I use Claude and Premium ChatGPT. I honestly don't think I could go back on to doing things the old way. Same, brother. I feel you. Naya, a dietitian at a wellness and fitness tech startup. I'm scoring foods for health conditions. AI helps a lot. Even if I have to fix a few things here and there. Yeah. AI mustn't be perfect to be useful. You can use your expertise to make it better. I agree with you, brother. There's Daniel, a visual designer. AI helps me keep the stock image on. That alone saves me hours of effort. Yeah. So ChatGPT, image effects, everything. Mid-journey, runway, all the stuff. Other entrepreneur and civil servant, AI has insights that reflect who I am. It's become a tool for discovery. Nice. Imran, a front-end developer. With AI, I complete back-end tasks earlier than expected. Imran works in front-end development, but uses AI to handle back-end tasks in your JS. Ooh. We don't know Katusha. Oh no. Finance manager. Gives me what I need quickly. But I've also seen it get some answers wrong, of course. Double checking your work, essential. Right. Always double check. Nice. Okay, on the fun side, we got something exciting as well. So remember I said that Codex is using agents.md. Well, we have 9 competing standards for AI agent rules. 9 competing standards. We have .cursor rules, .cursor/rules. We have .same. To those .md, we have Windsurf rules. We have client rules. We have Claude.md. We have everybody just they do their own, right? And the reference to this joke is something is to the XKCD protocol standards meme thing that I did. So I've used cursor rules, and Aidin is the one building same, so I'm guessing it's his own thing. I've not used Klein. I've used Windsurf. I've used Claude. I know everything here, but I don't think I've used SourceGraph. They have this logo that looks like this. Agents.md, this one is for Codex. Nice. Okay, so that's all the news I have for today. I think that we've seen quite a number of this stuff. If you're excited for this, please, I want to do live streams maybe every day. I don't know how often I'm gonna have them, but if this is something that you find helpful, or you find useful, or you find like it's interesting to you, do like, subscribe, do tweet, retweet, do let me know so I can always make it better. What would you like to see next and all the stuff. Okay, that's it for me from this live stream. This is the AI news, and this is everything that happened. A very notable stuff that happened in the past week. I will see you on the next one, and until then, have a good time. Bye.